Right friends, welcome back to questions and answers. 16th week, 18th April to 24th April. First question, Maritime India Summit 2016. This was held for the first time in the country and it was held in Mumbai, and as per the statement of Nitin Gadkari, it attracted investments worth rupees 82,905 crores of rupees, and these figures are not tallying with some news reports. But anyhow, don't worry, the Maritime India Summit for the first time was held in Mumbai. The main purpose of Maritime India Summit is to showcase investment opportunities in port sector as well as inland waterways. Gramoday se Bharat Uday Abhiyan. This was observed from 14th April to 24th April. It was started on 14th April when the nation completed 125th birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. April 14, 2016 completes 125 years of birth of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and on that day the Prime Minister started Gramoday se Bharat Uday Abhiyan, and that was started at Moho. That is the birthplace of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar at present in Madhya Pradesh, and the program was concluded on 24th April, and don't forget 24th April is the Panchayati Raj day. So this Gramoday se Bharat Uday Abhiyan was observed for 11 days from 14th April to 24th April, and these 2 days have got significance. 14th April Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's birth anniversary and 24th April is Panchayati Raj day, and Prime Minister addressed Gram Sabhas on 24th April from JRD Tata Sports Complex, Jamshedpur. This also don't forget, this Gram Uday se Bharat Uday Abhiyan concluded when the Prime Minister addressed Gram Sabhas on 24th April from Jamshedpur. Name the Oscar winning actor who addressed United Nations during the Paris Agreement signing ceremony. During the Paris Agreement signing ceremony, the Oscar-winning actor Leonardo DiCaprio addressed the world leaders, and 174 countries and European Union signed the Paris Agreement. This is the record ever in the history of United Nations, and this signing ceremony was held in Manhattan, New York. Name the country where 7.8 magnitude earthquake killed more than 270 people. The country we are talking about is Ecuador, and this is situated in the region of Ring of Fire. Please look into this slide. This is the Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire is the region of Pacific Ocean where almost 80% of severe earthquakes, at the same time around 75% of severe volcanoes in the world occur. So this Ring of Fire is the most unstable if you look at it from geographical perspective, and world's most earthquakes and volcanoes are in this region only. And if you look at the next question, Paris Pact, with a view to keep the global temperature increase under 2 degrees centigrade in comparison to the pre-industrial levels, was signed by the record 175 countries at New York, as I have already told you, and it was signed on 22nd April. 22nd April has got the significance because it is the World Earth Day, and this year's theme is Trees for the Earth, and this pact requires ratification by at least 55 countries, accounting for 55% or more of the global emissions to become operational. And if someone asks which is the first country to sign it, France is the first country to sign it because it hosted Paris Climate Summit. Then global average temperatures have already been climbed by 1 degree centigrade, almost 1 degree centigrade in comparison to pre-industrial levels. So keeping the global average temperature rise to less than 2 degrees centigrade by 2100 in comparison to pre-industrial levels is not that an easy task. Several critics pointed out that it is difficult to achieve. People's Liberation Army is the military force which is 2.3 million strong, and it is the largest military force in the world, and it belongs to China. Why I asked this question is Xi Jinping the President of China assumed a larger role when you look at the armed forces of China, and PLA is the name given to Armed Forces of People's Republic of China, and its commander-in-chief is the President of China, and it is the world's largest military force, please don't forget. Bhupendra Kainthola was appointed as the Director of FTII. FTII is a Film and Television Institute of India, situated in Pune, and it is autonomous institute under Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India, and initially it started functioning from the premises of Prabhat Film Company, and it is premier Film and Television Institute, and Bhupendra Kainthola was appointed as Director of FTII. Deepam is under the Ministry of Finance. You may ask, what is Deepam? Deepam is the Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, and this looks at investment in public sector enterprises, not only investment but also it looks at disinvestment in public sector enterprises, and this name was coined by the Finance Minister when he presented the budget for 2016-17. And managing the public sector enterprises is the biggest challenge for Union Government. So the answer here is the Finance Ministry. Deepam means Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. World's lightest synthetic material, Silica Aerogel, was developed by ISRO, and it is developed by the team of scientists from Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Thiruvananthapuram, and it is the lightest synthetic material made by man. It is too light in weight because it consists of 99% air, and it is basically used to make lightweight clothing, painting of windows, and also to insulate rocket engines. Union Government recently released a commemorative coin of Rs 200 and a circulation coin of Rs 10. Circulation coin is basically for circulation among public. Commemorative coin is basically for commemorative purposes, and Rs 10 circulation coin, Rs 200 commemorative coin, both were released by Union Government because 200th birth anniversary celebrations are going on for Tatya Tope. Tatya Tope original name is Ramchandra Pandurang Tope, and born in Nasik district of Maharashtra and was hanged in Shivapuri, Madhya Pradesh. Now the celebrations are being held by the central government in association with the governments of Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. And Tatya Tope was one of the prominent persons in India's first war of independence, 1857. Now 200th birth anniversary celebrations are in progress. During 2015-16, steep decline of around 16% occurred in mercantile exports in dollar terms. And don't forget, exports have fallen from $310 billion to $261 billion in dollar terms, and the total fall is 16%, and it is one of the steepest fall in the world. And exports are experiencing negative growth since December 2014. Imports have also fallen substantially, but that is predominantly due to fall in oil prices. Name the article under which President's rule can be imposed in any state. Article is 356. If you want more, please listen to lecture part. And in this context, I would like to tell you two things. Uttarakhand High Court is situated in Nainital, and Governor of Uttarakhand is Krishna Kant Pal. Name the country which won the Sultan Azlan Shah Hockey tournament. And this hockey tournament is being held in the memory of King of Malaysia, and this is the 25th edition, don't forget. And out of 25 times, Australia won 9 times, and this is the 9th time Australia won the tournament, and they defeated India in the final by 4-0. India got 2nd position, New Zealand got 3rd position, and this tournament was held at Ipoh, Malaysia. Name the state government which banned digging of the bore wells beyond 200 feet, basically to control decline of groundwater table in the state. Maharashtra state government banned digging of bore wells beyond 200 feet. Name the Bollywood actor who was named as the Goodwill Ambassador of the Indian contingent for Rio de Janeiro Olympic Games. It is Salman Khan, and subsequently, after facing a lot of criticism, the Union government now included some other names that we will discuss next week. And this is for the first time a Bollywood superstar was chosen as the Goodwill Ambassador. And Olympics are going to be held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in August 2016. India ratified World Trade Organization's Trade Facilitation Agreement. India became the 76th country to ratify this agreement, don't forget, and it is the World Trade Organization's first ever multilateral accord. And basically, it will simplify customs regulations. Not only that, it will increase cross-border movement of trade. And at the same time, because of simplification, red tapeism and corruption are also likely to be reduced. The 14th meeting of Foreign Ministers of RIC Forum. You may ask, what is the RIC? RIC is Russia, India, China, and this forum's 14th meeting of Foreign Ministers was held in Moscow, and the 15th meeting will be held in India. And this is a trilateral forum of Russia, India, China, established in 2002. And this time, the forum decided to deepen cooperation in combating terrorism. Because of terrorism, several countries are affected in the world. And at the same time, the forum also discussed to create a new security architecture in Asia Pacific region. Durga Thakur, umpire of hockey, is in the news recently as she has been promoted as the international outdoor umpire. Now Durga Thakur will be international outdoor umpire as per FIH. FIH is the International Hockey Federation, and you may ask, where are the headquarters of this International Hockey Federation? That is Lausanne in Switzerland, and Durga Thakur is from Himachal Pradesh, and she recently acted as umpire for Hawke's Bay Cup, New Zealand. Name the first private sector bank which opened a dedicated branch for startups. That is RBL Bank. Previous name was Ratnakar Bank, and it is one of the old generation private sector banks, just like Federal Bank, just like City Union Bank, just like Catholic Syrian Bank. It is one of the old generation private sector banks established in 1943. You may have a pertinent question, what is the new generation private sector banks? New generation private sector banks are like ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, and this RBL Bank established its branch for the first time, dedicated branch for startups in Bengaluru, Koramangala, Bengaluru. So the answer here is RBL Bank. The headquarters of RBL Bank is Kolhapur in Maharashtra. Rahul Johri has been appointed as the first Chief Executive Officer of BCCI. All of you are well aware, Justice R.M. Lodha Committee, appointed by Supreme Court, is very critical about the working of BCCI. Basically, BCCI is not working in a transparent manner. That is the impression created by Justice R.M. Lodha Committee. And based on its suggestion, CEO was appointed Rahul Johri to separate governance and management functions, and CEO will report to Secretary of BCCI. If someone talks about RM Lodha Committee, don't forget, it is basically to look at the functioning of BCCI. As per the World Malaria Report 2015 released by World Health Organization, here 0 malaria cases were reported in Europe. This is the biggest achievement in Europe. There were 90,000 cases 26 years ago and now fell to 0 in 2015. And worst affected is sub-Saharan Africa when you look at malaria. Under International Solar Alliance, India and France, and don't forget, India and France started this alliance on the sidelines of a COP21 summit at Paris. And now India and France launched a program aimed at mobilizing $1 trillion to finance developing countries to harness their solar resources for clean energy future. And The International Solar Alliance, 121 members are supposed to be the members of it, and the countries which fall within Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, there are 121 such members, and the areas between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn will get sun rays directly. So, the region between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn will get more intense radiation from sun. That's why these 121 countries are included in International Solar Alliance. And don't forget, International Solar Alliance Secretariat is situated in Gurgaon. World Book and Copyright Day was observed on 23rd April, and UNESCO is the brain behind this. And for the first time it was observed in 1995, and basically this is to promote reading, publishing and copyrights. The Union Government has constituted Dr. Ashok Lahiri Committee. All of you are well aware, jewelers are up in arms against the imposition of excise duty, and Dr. Ashok Lahiri Committee was appointed to interact with the trade and industry with regard to the imposition of excise duty on jewellery. In Manipur, Kongjom Day celebrated every year on April 23rd. And what is the significance of this Kongjom? This Kongjom Day is basically to pay tributes to war heroes of Anglo-Manipuri War. Anglo-Manipuri War, in the year 1891, Major General Pavona Brajabashi lost his life at this place fighting against the mighty British Army, and this memorial is situated on Kheba Hill. So, if someone talks about Kongjom War Memorial, it is 36 kilometers from Imphal on India-Myanmar road, and this Kongjom Day is basically celebrated to commemorate Anglo-Manipuri War in 1891. Central government plans to double farmers' income by 2022. It is one of the flagship programs of government, and by 2022 several flagship programs are there. Solar energy 1 lakh megawatt, wind energy 60,000 megawatts, housing for all by 2022, similarly doubling the farmers' income by 2022, and to prepare a blueprint, a committee headed by Ashok Dalwai was appointed, and the strategy is to mitigate the risk by diversification in agriculture and allied sectors. And basically, farmers should be encouraged to diversify into horticulture, allied activities like dairying, livestock, fisheries to boost their income. Dr. George Abraham Grierson Prize. Dr. George Abraham Grierson, he is a famous linguist, and in his name a prize was instituted by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, and this is being given every year for propagation of Hindi language in foreign land. And you may ask, who is Dr. George Abraham Grierson? Dr. George Abraham Grierson was famous linguist and civil servant from Dublin, Ireland. He conducted the Linguistic Survey of India, obtaining information on 364 languages and dialects during early 20th century. And in his name, Ministry of Human Resource Development instituted this award, and for 2012, 13, 14, Alka Dunpat, Gef Yuping, Shichiro Soma, who belong to Mauritius, China and Japan respectively, were the awardees for 2012, 13 and 14. Right? If someone talks about Dr. George Abraham Grierson, he is famous linguist, and award is being given every year for propagation of Hindi language on foreign land. Indian Army recently conducted Shatrujit exercises in Rajasthan. Around 30,000 soldiers participated in the desert areas of Rajasthan, and Indian Army undertakes such exercises at regular intervals at different levels. The basic aim is to make forces ready for war-like situations and also to keep the forces in state of alertness. Name the telecom company which announced the launch of 8,100 km Bay of Bengal Gateway, offering direct connectivity to Southeast Asia and Middle East. And this Bay of Bengal Gateway is the joint initiative of several telecom companies including Vodafone. world major telecom companies formed a consortium and they led this 8,100 kilometer Bay of Bengal Gateway, and Indian company Reliance Jio is one of them, and its initial capacity is 9 Tbps, and Reliance Jio opened its gateway at Chennai recently, right? And this was constructed by Alcatel-Lucent, and it uses high-speed broadband fiber optic technology. Record ever 175 countries, as I have already told you, 174 plus the European Union signed the Paris Agreement on climate change at New York on the first day of the signing ceremony, and the previous highest was 119 countries when they signed United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea in the year 1982. So, the previous highest was the signing of the agreement by 119 countries in 1982, and now 175 countries signed the Paris Agreement, right? And UNCLOS, that is United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, is basically with regard to the marine waters, the rights on marine waters, right? Look into the next one. Gramoday se Bharat Uday Abhiyan was launched from Maho. Maho is the birthplace of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Then 3-day 4th edition of the Retreat of Supreme Court Judges 2016 was held at Bhopal. It was held at National Judicial Academy Bhopal, and experts serving and retired government officials participated, and national issues discussed include global terrorism, economic growth, globalization, and the President inaugurated this. National Panchayati Raj Day was celebrated across the country on 24th April. What is the significance of this day? Because this is the day in 1993 when the 73rd Constitutional Amendment came into force. Basically, with the 73rd Constitutional Amendment, decentralization of powers took place for Panchayati Raj bodies. That is the major change, don't forget. Mobile app Itihasa was launched in Bengaluru. It chronicles the history of Indian IT sector since 1950s. So, Itihasa mobile app is basically the history of Indian IT sector since 1950s. Which of the following is the last in the Indian Armed Forces to allow permanent commission to women? Recently, Navy announced permanent commission. As I have already told you, short service commission is for a period of 14 years. And already Indian Army, Indian Air Force agreed for permanent commission and granted permanent commission for women. And Navy is the last and the third wing to grant permanent commission for women. Government is planning to reduce the import of bulk drugs. This is based on the recommendations of Katoj Committee. VM Katoj Committee recommended reducing the import of bulk drugs. Bulk drugs, they are also known as active pharmaceutical ingredients, and these are the ingredients in a drug that give it its therapeutic effect. As per National Sample Survey Office, nationwide rapid survey conducted during May-June 2015, Sikkim is the state which tops in having highest percentage of toilets. Sikkim has got 98%, Kerala 97%, Mizoram 96%, and Sikkim tops the list with toilets. Jharkhand is the lowest with 18.8%, followed by Chhattisgarh and Odisha, right? Prime Minister's wax statue was installed at Madame Tussauds Museum in London. 3 of the wax statues have already been installed at Singapore, Hong Kong and Bangkok, and the 4th one recently installed at London, right? Women activists finally entered the forbidden inner sanctum of Trimbakeshwar Temple after Shani Shinganapur Temple. Now it is the turn of Trimbakeshwar Temple, and it is in Maharashtra. It is in Nashik district of Maharashtra. Look into the next one. India granted electronic visa to Uyghur leader Dolkun Isa to attend World Uyghur Congress at Dharamshala. He is the national of Germany, born in Xinjiang province of China and subsequently migrated to Germany, and this World Uyghur Congress is going to be held in Dharamshala, and Later on, subsequently, government cancelled the visa, and Uyghurs are the people in Xinjiang province, and there are allegations that the rights of Uyghurs are being threatened in Xinjiang province. Right friends, with this, let us conclude questions and answers. Have a nice day. Please do join for other modules. Thank you.